Uncle Joyce Weathersby and the Fire Department by Mr. Cal Stewart. Well, sir, I said to the landlord of the hotel the other day, now, whereabouts in New York do you keep the post office? He said, what do you want at the post office? I said, well, I've just written a letter home to Mother and Samantha Ann. I want to take it down to the post office and mail it. He said, why, you don't have to go to the post office. Do you see that little box out there on the corner? I said, yes, sir. Well, he said, just take the letter out there and put it in that box, and it'll go right to the post office. I said, well, now, gee whiz, ain't that handy. I went out there. I had a good deal of difficulty in getting the box open, and when I did get it open, I couldn't find any place to put my letter. There was a lot of knobs and hooks and hinges. Well, I turned around on a knob and yanked on a hook, and a lot of wheels commenced to buzzing and flying around, and I think all the fire bells in New York commenced to ringing about that time. Well, I looked around to see where the fire was, and a lot of fire engines and hook and ladder wagons come galloping up to where I stood, and they had one big soda water bottle on wheels, and it busted and throwed soda water all over me. One feller come up to me, he said, what are you trying to do with that box? I said, well, I had just written a letter home to Mother and Samantha Ann, and I was trying to mail it. He said, why, you gosh darn old greenhorn, you've called out the whole fire department of New York City. There's your letterbox over on the other corner. Well, I went over there and put my letter in that box, and I was down there looking around. Feller come along, acted a little bit suspicious to me. When he thought I wasn't watching him, he opened the box and commenced taking the letters out. Well, I'd hear tell a whole lot about them post office robberies when I was postmaster at Funkin' Center, and I just arrested him right there. I took him by the nape of the neck and flopped him down on the sidewalk and sat on him. I hollered, fire, murder, watch police, and a lot of constables come running up. They said, what are you trying to do with that man? I said, well, I just caught him right in the act, robbing United States post office, and by jingos, I arrested him. Well, they all commenced laughing, and I found out I'd arrested one of the postmasters of New York City.